This week on Hermitcraft. A weird individual in pink tights has been spotted on the Hermitcraft server. So far only known as basically naked, definitely not ZAF person, this man has been noticed roaming the backgrounds and communal areas at night. If you happen to meet him, stay quiet, do not make eye contact, and go about your business. He'll eventually get tired and go away. Welcome to the Hermitcraft Recap. My name is PixelRiffs, our writer is LoyXP, links to our own channels are in the description down below. Let's take a look at all the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week. Oh, you want us to comment on the whole NHO controversy? Don't worry, we will. But for the benefit of those who would rather not pick a side, we decided to leave the NHO recap for the end of the video, and we thought we'd take a poll using the YouTube cards in the meantime. Click the eye in the top corner, then click the first Hermits video if you're for the NHO, and the second Hermits video if you're against it. On next week's recap, we will count up the clicks and let you know which side wins, and the lesser known Hermits will get some more views from the whole thing. So anyway, let's take a look at all the events and wait, I already said that. Anyway, recap, go! 17 days have passed since the start of the server and the Iron Titan is still not there. That's less of a stab at Tango Tech and more of an observation. In the absence of renewable iron, the Redstoners of the server have simultaneously decided to build their own small iron farms to get by. Mumbo Jumbo, Azuma and Impulse all have theirs up and running, and if you think that's a weird coincidence, just get a load of this. Mumbo Jumbo, Tango Tech, Impulse and Python have all dug out various sized slime farms for themselves. Hermitcraft Hivemind at its finest.
By the look of things, Impulse has also brought along some free slime. And he seems to have quite a bit more than me.
Python's own series gains some momentum this week as he wraps up his single player series to go full time on Hermitcraft. Taking down a Wither and collabing with Mumbo to kill off another, he digs out a beacon radius sized area to call a home. Sadly, he isn't getting a strong signal from the Hivemind because he still goes caving for the iron.
Python is hyped for one piece of iron. Aye!
TFC also seems to be receiving on a bit of a delay. We'll blame the rural internet there, because this week he builds last week's hot build, a villager breeder. Despite them being difficult to wrangle, he's soon got a trading hall up and running and is mercilessly slaughtering nitwits and cartographers. On his way to building an iron farm, Mumbo Jumbo also gets himself a villager breeder and a villager sorter, and in the meantime Iskall gifts him a free elytra, cause he's just that good of a guy. Such a great guy in fact, that he sells a fake mending book to Rendog.
It's not a mending book, it's a freaking book of stupid words. Mending, a novel about a girl by Iskall85.
Ren's own projects for the week are a mob pipe funneling mobs into his mob grinder while setting them on fire for good measure, nether-powered concrete motherboards, cause those make a lot of sense, and of course fake blue rocks and fake blue trees. Fake things seem to be an overarching theme of Ren Skull Island, as this week Iskall builds a fake Mario plant, several fake mushrooms, and even somehow fake water. He has himself a pool of the real stuff too as part of a squid farm, which squids reasonably decide not to spawn in. In a more successful project, Iskall builds himself an intuitive mobile storage system which is intuitive to no one except for maybe Iskall himself. Well, that's one way to protect your valuables, you know, so you don't lose your elytra and have to dance in front of Azuma until he gives you a new one.
Dance for me.
Okay.
I want to see your moves.
Oh.
Still in the giving mood, Azuma provides a shulker box for every hermit on the server.
Hey Zed, just so you know, I left you a little something over at the... I'm here and now, where is it? With me, give me my present now. I deserve it, I've been a good boy.
Back at the base, he builds his own advanced storage system and hooks up the golem farm in a way that would provide him maximum iron per golem, plus a golem head. Azuma also meets up with XB Crafted to clear the top floors of the Woodland Mansion, mostly to break up the underground creeper boxing club that's apparently happening on the second floor. With the mansion cleared out, XB can finally begin his grand designs for the interior. He builds a staircase up to the main entrance, a staircase up to the next floor, and another staircase down to the basement. We suspect that all this time alone might be making him stare crazy, but at least he manages to get out to a mesa, no, not that mesa, and visits an ice spikes biome so he can bring back some vanilla ice.
Quit worrying about it. Why is it? Just stop. Collaborate. And listen. Oh, so bad.
The redstone wave continues as, hungry for gunpowder and fireworks, Tango Tech raises all 4 witch hut farms with a little help from ZAF. Although some of what Zed did is not helping at all.
What the crap? What happened? Why?
I'm so sorry.
They witch hut so hard that even Cubfan in his distant base suddenly starts building a witch farm, so far just cleaning up the space around it to improve potential rates.
In a further descent into the madness, Zombie Cleo starts digging out a much better and bigger desert temple for her treasure head. And also kidnaps a bunch of people from a nearby village. Because, let's face it, that's kinda what she does. And yes, I am suddenly here. It's called a cameo. Carry on.
These days, it's fashionable to have an end portal in the neighbourhood, and Biffa discovers one pretty close to his village base. After helping Mumbo move some villagers back to the community area, he decides he's outgrown his village house and starts building a storage area up on the hill. He calls it the Octavoid, which was not a word last time we checked, but haven't we heard that name somewhere before? Biffa also drops off several care packages at random people's bases, being the helpful guy that he is. Ijevin gets one with wheat and stuff right when he's finished his own wheat farm. His base gets a much needed facelift this week once he adds a Stargate and a pier to it, so you can now travel to his proto-village both by boat and through dangerous outer dimensions. And paranormal activities are no stranger things to the Hermitcraft server, as this week, evidently, Good Times with Scar appears to be flat out cursed, with creepers dropping on his head and ruining his stuff. To turn his luck around, Scar fights off a dragon to get an elytra and a wither to get a beacon. With 2 of those under his belt, all that's left to do is conquer Redstone, which he does by automating a storage minecart to load and unload his mining supplies. False Symmetry gears up and dukes it out with her own Wither boss, finally receiving the hive mind signals and building the fish farms that everyone's been building last week, but putting her own spin on it and basically making it an excuse to build a fishing hut. Joe Hills, meanwhile, doesn't even need any excuses. If he wants a giant Rubik's Cube for a sign, he will get one, damn it. And with all that covered, let's finally talk new Hermit Order. Cue the theme song.
I play Hermit Go every day.
No, not that one. Dang it, we rehearsed this. So, to kick us off, here's a clip of Doc M this week. Don't believe us? Well, this week he decided to adopt the persona of Dr. Evil and lays out the NHO's manifesto. Once he's done monologuing, we assume his first Redstone project will be a laser.
Dr. Evil, member of the NHO. And everything you know about good old Doc from before, forget about it. Forget about it.
The trend of long-winded monologues definitely catches on, as we see Wells Knight not only go on a lengthy rant on how NHO is not so much old school as just old, he even builds them a retirement home right on the edge of the jungle.
Old school. You know what else that means? They're stale. They're washed up. They're out of ideas. They're stuck in the past. They're just trying to redo the same thing they've done over and over and over again.
To defend against claims that the NHO are dinosaurs, Vintage Beef builds the gate from Jurassic Park as an entrance to NHO turf. He spares no expense. Doc returns to find the retirement home and, in the absence of any destructive light beams in vanilla Minecraft, just blows it up to the bedrock.
Yeah, retirement? Huh? Retirement? Is this all you got, Wells Knight?
The next time we see Wells Knight, he's still throwing shade at the NHO, but he's also making his castle walls a little bigger and thicker. On the other side of the spectrum is Cubfan, declaring his support for the NHO and giving his own long speech on the legacy of old school players.
We are heading out to the NHO to honor the legends that walk among us, ladies and gentlemen.
But it's important to note that it's not just playstyles affected here. Legit mining profits are being fined and extorted due to NHO claiming several areas of the server. But don't worry, with Stress Monster and her pet Iskall on the case, they will figure out a compromise in no time.
My dad is an ogre.
Very fine.
To put it simply, if B-Dubs wants a piece of that mesa, he'll have to go through some serious stress. Finally, after all this conflict brewing, the NHO comes to an end. Dimension to fight a dragon. Ha! See what we did there? It's called clickbait. Don't do that. And that's just about it for this week's recap. My name has been Pixel Riffs and our writer is ZloyXP. If you want to see another Minecraft show I did on YouTube, check out the videos in the end cards. Let us know your favourite moments of this week in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like while you're there, share this video with the Hermitcraft fans in your life, and subscribe so you won't miss future episodes of the Hermitcraft Recap. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.